Hello, I'm going to teach you how to program in the C programming language. And in order to do that, I recommend using an IDE. That's an integrated development environment, which is a program that you can write and edit your C code as well as compile it, meaning turning it into machine codes, ones and zeros that your computer can understand and run directly, all in one place. And the IDE that I recommend is called Code Blocks. So you can get code blocks from codeblocks.org. And so go to codeblocks.org and then come over here to the left side and click on downloads and go here to download the binary release. Now you'll see here that they have stuff for Windows, Linux, and Mac. Now I'm on Linux, but many of you are probably on Windows. So I'm going to use the Windows version because I have a program called Wine, which allows me to run Windows programs on Linux. Now, so we can go to Windows. And if you look down here, you'll see that if you're unsure of which version to use, please use codeblocks 20.03 mingw setup.exe. So that is up here, codeblocks 20.03 mingw setup.exe, and there's two options. You can either get it from FossHub or sourceforge.net. I recommend sourceforge.net. So click on that, and then you'll see here that it says your download will start shortly. And then it starts downloading. And it'll be done in about 43 seconds, but we'll skip ahead to when it's done. Okay, welcome back. It's finished downloading. So we can go up here and we can either click on this directly or we can show in the folder. If we click on this directly, or just actually go here. No, we clicked on it and now it's opened up the installer. So from here, we can run the installer, CodeBlocks installation. Welcome to CodeBlocks Setup. Setup will guide you through the installation of CodeBlocks. It is recommended that you close all other applications before starting setup. This will make it easier to, this will make it possible to update relevant system files without having to reboot your computer. Click Next to continue. Okay, I'll close this and I will click Next, and then there's all this stuff. You can read it if you want. I'm just going to say I agree here. And then there's all these things that you can choose, select or unselect. You can expand these. But you know what? I'm just going to get everything. So go click Next. And then this is going to be my destination folder. And then click Install. And now I'm going to let it install. And it's going to take a bit of time. So I will come back when this is done. All right. Okay. Now we're done installing that. So now it says CodeBlocks installation. Do you want to run CodeBlocks now? Yes or no? Yes, I do. All right. Now it's opening this up. We go here. We can say next. CodeBlocks is installed on your computer. Click Finish to close setup. Completing CodeBlocks setup. CodeBlocks installation. Yeah, just click Finish. And this here. Okay, now. Okay, so I got this error message. Maybe you'll get the same error message or a different error message or no error message. It just says a debugging check in this application has failed at ///source /msw/toolbar.cpp at 1042. Assert failure failed in realize could not replace the old bitmap. Don't show this dialog again or stop or continue. It's not serious for this one anyways. You can just continue and CodeBlocks opens up. All right, now here we are. Now let's create our first project. So let's go here and create a new project right here. Now, I don't know if you're watching this on your phone, if you can see that. Can I zoom in? Okay, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. Just I'm going to create that, and then I'm going to go to here, and we're going to choose console application right here. Click on that, and then here it says console application console. Welcome to the new console application wizard. This wizard will guide you to create a new console application. When you're ready to proceed, please click next. Skip this page next time. Back or next. Cancel. Okay, console application. Please select the language you want to use. Please make a selection, C or C++. I'm going to do C here because we're doing C. And then console application. Please select the folder where you want the new project to be created as this title. I already have it set to where I want it to go. For the folder, the project title, I'm just going to say hello world, and then project file name will be this, and this will be the resulting file name. Click next. You can keep all this as is. Click finish, and here we are. We have our first program. It's created for us, a little main.c, which is where our C program starts. You usually create a file called main.c, and in main.c, you put a function called main. And a function is like something that contains some code that runs, that can be called from anywhere, except for the main function. The main function can't be called from anywhere. It's only called from the start of your program. And in assembly code, there's actually like a function called start that starts your program that calls your main program. But you don't see that here. Anyways, so this main program here, what's going on here? So first of all, we got the name of it. We got these little brackets where some functions have command parameters that it can take, and main can take parameters for what are the command line arguments, but parameters we'll cover later. Okay, and then this int here is something that it returns. It's a type, a data type. An int is like an integer, which is like a whole number, negative or positive or zero. And this integer usually is 4 bytes or 32 bits on most machines. Some machines might be 8 bytes or whatever. And that affects the range of numbers it can hold. But anyways, don't worry about that. Now let's look at these curly braces surround the inside of the function. And this return 0 here is something that's returned, in the case of the main function, it's returned back to the operating system. And 0 is because it can return integers as denoted by this int here. 0 is an integer, so it's returning a 0. And 0 is usually what you can return any integer that's within the range of 4 bytes. Like I could go return 100 or whatever, or return 250, negative 1,000 or whatever. But return 0 from the main program or main function is usually used to say that the program succeeded, that it was successful. Anyways, now this printf here stands for print format. And print format is called as such because it doesn't just have printing capabilities, it has formatting capabilities in it. There's ways where you can use this to format what you put. Anyway, so here we're printing hello world, and then this \n is a special thing used for like a new line. And it's surrounded by these double quotes because it's a string. And by the way, if you want to print a double quote inside there, you'd have to go \double quote. Because if you just put double quote, it's going to think the string's ended. You see how the color has changed here. This blue is the string, and it thinks it ended. So that would be a syntax error. So you have to put double quote. And if you wanted to put an actual backslash, you'd have to put a \\. See, backslash is an escape character that changes the meaning of the character in front of it. But anyways, so, and then this printf, it isn't just available, it's in another file. And this file is included by this little um, pound sign include, and then this std, which stands for standard, io, that's input output, and then .h, which stands for header, standard input output header. And these angle brackets means it comes from like the systems include directory. Stdio is in the systems include directory instead of your local include directory. If you put like this with double quotes, it would be in your local thing, and then relative to where you are. And if you wanted to go up, you would use two dots slash two dots slash. That would go to your parents directory, and then you could go into some other directory. But anyways, we want like this, and then std lib.h stands for standard library header. Std for standard, lib or lib for library, and then .h for header. And that's another library. But so now let's run this program by clicking here, run. And the first time when we run it, because we haven't built it yet, it will pop up with this. And then it says information. It seems that this project has not been built yet. Do you want to build it now? And build is just another way of saying compile. So yes, no, or cancel. Of course, we're going to say yes. So it's building, and then it ran. And then here we say, see here, hello world, and then the new line. And then code blocks has this like extra stuff that's it's put in. Process returns 0, which is this statement here, return 0. Then execution time, how long it took to run, 0.285 seconds, so 285 milliseconds. And then press any key to continue. So we'll press any key to continue. And yeah, and I just want to see, like, I don't think we actually need this std lib.h for this program. So I'm going to do a comment here and comment it out by putting 2 slashes here. I'm going to press Control S to save. And I'm going to go back up here and run. Actually, let me rebuild. Yeah, and it still works. But if I took out this line here, it's not going to work because it might run because it's running the old build. But if I try to rebuild, yeah, it won't work because printf is inside stdio.h. So put this back here, and just for the sake of it, put this back. Run one more time. All right. Hello world, process returns 0, execution time 0.72 seconds. Press any key to continue. And I'll just show you quickly. If you change this to say minus 500 here, and then you build this again, and then you run, and then you see here it says process returned minus 500 because you're returning negative 500. And I just quickly point out to you here, if you want to build, you go up to here, build, and then build. And if you really need to clean it, like if your build's messed up, you can go down to clean. And then when you run again, it's going to think it has been built because you just cleaned it. So you again, you click yes, and it builds and it runs. All right. And also, if you want to add a file, you can go over here, right click, and then, oh no, actually to add a file, you have to go here, file, new, and then I'll just do empty file. And then it says add file to project. Do you want to add this file in the active project? Has to be saved first. Yes. And then you can make a name for it. And then let's just call this another like C file, other.c. And then here, click OK. And it's created another file for you. And then there's also something called a header file. We could go again to file, put new, empty file. And then again, yes, we want to add this new file. We want to save it. So we could put other.h and then save. Click OK. And now it's actually created a headers directory because this is a header because this has .h. and sources have .c. All right. Okay, I think that's good for now. Actually, let's just build it one more time. Run it. Okay, it still runs. I still got return minus 500. So let's just put that back to return 0. Okay, now let's build again and run and return 0. Oh, and you can also go here and that will build and then run. Or if you want to build and run, you can go here. Or if you want to rebuild from scratch, you can go there, which sometimes you might have to do. And then you run it again. And you can also stop it here or stop it here. Okay. Okay, I think that's good for now. All right. I will see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye.